Greetings, my fellow Americans. That's not a really good intro, now is it? Okay. Hello, my name is Erica Borja. I am a continuing kinesiology student at CSUN, but I'm currently studying abroad in the land down under of Melbourne, Australia, in my 4th year of college. You may or may not recognize me, and that's okay. I was the former program director for the 3 Wins Fitness program, Friday Morning Matadors, or FMM for short. Just wanted to share a little bit of some of the events that I hear are coming up, and hopefully share a little bit of my story of how I came to be in the program. Here we go. First event that I hear is coming up is the 3 Wins Fitness open house. Basically an open forum or an open space for you to answer any questions or worries that are coming about with the future of the program, what's happening now, who's leading what, anything like that. This is your opportunity to go in person, face your fears, and network with other people. So I guess I could share a little bit of how I ended up being a part of the program and why I encourage you to give this open house a chance. So I believe it was first year of college when I first heard about 3 Wins Fitness, and it was at, what was my first event at? Friday Morning Warriors, before it was Friday Morning Matadors at CSUN's campus. I was at a Friday morning workout, 6:30 a.m. It was at LACI Park, and I wasn't initially pushed or inspired enough to join the program because I was still very intimidated just because of all the juniors and seniors that I saw leading out there and knowing their stuff, giving their cues to participants, encouraging and motivating. It was scary until I saw one of my colleagues now, Andrew Tew, well-seasoned veteran at the program. Now he is. Back then I knew that Andrew was my age as well. We were both fresh out of high school, and I was surprised to see someone my age leading and taking that chance. So it planted a seed in my head, and it wasn't until 1 year later that I said, Nike check, just do it. I don't know what's going to happen, but that's fine. And as I always say, every new experience is really uncomfortable at first, so that's exactly how it went. I joined I joined Landmark Park first and then El Carrizo. And after El Carrizo, I got the hang of it. I learned time management within an exercise program setting. I learned how to polish up my Spanish speaking skills. I learned how a structured program could also be flexible if you are willing to communicate and do the research and apply your own knowledge. So the 3 Wins Fitness structure in itself, it's not just what you hear other people describe it. Even me, what I'm saying right now is you could make it your own completely. 3 Wins Fitness, if you end up leading a park or you end up being one of the instructors at a park, you could make it your own as long as you communicate with the others around you and put in your own ideas. Because everyone that came together to create 3 Wins Fitness understands that 3 Wins Fitness isn't the end stop. You are not making this career yet. It is one of the biggest driving forces that could lead you to a career, and so they understand that it needs to be flexible enough for you to input your ideas, feel that importance, and give back to the community. So after being an instructor at El Carrizo Park, I remember seeing an email stating that people were trying to resurrect the Friday Morning Warrior program. It ended for about a little under a year, and people were starting to talk about starting it again, maybe at CSUN's campus instead of all the way in El Carrizo. So I thought, I'll send an email, I'll state my interest, we'll see what happens. And that's all it took. That was my one domino that I pushed, and after that we had a couple meetings, and initially, to be honest, I did not want to be the program director for the program for Friday Morning Matadors. I had too much going on. I was still playing volleyball. I was still dealing with a lot of jobs, preparing for my study abroad program here in Australia. And I thought, hands off, I'm going to be a leader, a co-leader, but I can't take it on full. It wasn't until I realized that nobody else wanted to take on program director role, and I was still really hesitant, but I found myself being pulled towards it. Something in here was pulling me towards the program, and with a little bit of an encouragement from Esteban Campa and Dr. Loy, boom, it just happened. I said yes to taking on program director for FMM, and away it went. Woo! Yeah! Woo! I will always be grateful for the opportunity of 3 Wins Fitness. Why, you may ask? Over the years, it allowed me to grow gradually. It allowed me to speak my voice, even though that the program has been going on for 6 years. I was still able to put in my input and to find a confidence that I never thought I had. I wasn't born having this confidence. It obviously came about slowly but surely. And it wasn't until after 3 Wins Fitness FMM where I realized that I had a huge effect on others, and I had a sense of importance. And I feel like a lot of us, as cheesy as it sounds, that's something that we're always trying to look for, a sense of importance, a sense of giving back, because that's what helps us feel fulfilled and helps us feel happy. If you are out of options, 3 Wins Fitness could allow you to feel that sense of importance. Another reason why I'm really grateful for the program is honestly just the people, whether it was the participants I've met and shared their gratitude on how I was able to affect their lives and their health, but also with the colleagues and other instructors that I was working alongside of. I mean, some people in 3 Wins are, to this day, close and dear to my heart. I still FaceTime with them while I'm here in Australia. I'm still trying to catch up all the time. And they give me purpose to keep going in the field every time that I doubt whether or not I want to continue to be in the field of kinesiology. Every group you join or every workforce you join, you will always have your good and your bad apples. I will be honest with that. But if you don't take your first step, you'll never know who you're going to meet, and you can't sell yourself short with it. So I encourage you to attend the open house, see what happens, put it on your calendar. That also reminds me, the second event that I wanted to mention is on July 15 with the Mike Seril of Whittier. He is one of the top personal trainers in the state of California. His studio won the Small Business Award just last year, and he is an important person that you may want to try to network with if you are ever thinking of starting your own business. I remember attending one of Mike Seril's events about a year and a half ago, and it didn't take too much out of my time. It was just one day out of all 365 days of year. If you're thinking about starting a business or just curious about it, I encourage you to join. A couple of things that I learned from visiting Mike Seril were, how do you start? What is that like? I don't know if I'm going to end up starting my business, but if I do, what do I have to do? As little as, how do I get my own space? How do I attract a clientele? And who should I attract as my clientele? Who do I want to work with? What degree do I have to have? Do I need a business degree? And I learned from Mike Seril, no, you don't. So I encourage you to go visit Mike down in Whittier. It's a very laid-back environment to introduce yourself, get a workout in, and meet more people. Why not grow your network, yeah? So I'd like to share just a few more things before I end this video with everyone back at home. And for all of you that I may not know and are considering the program, 1, if time commitment is an issue for you, it's time to reevaluate your priorities. If you say that you can't do 3 wins because of time, then the truth is you're just not making it a priority, and that's okay. But even if a little bit of you is thinking about it, answer that call, answer that curiosity, and see where it takes you. Number 2, if you are scared or hesitant or intimidated, I understand and empathize with you 110%. I was there once. Everybody that's in the program now was once in your shoes. It's not until you jump ship or take the chance that you'll realize there's nothing to be afraid of. Think about all the other opportunities you've taken on in your life. Was it always easy at first? Of course not. So don't worry, it will be a process and it will be a great one, I guarantee. Number 3, For 3 wins, get it? That's a good, no? Okay. Last thing that I'd like to share with all of you is that every opportunity you take on is a two-way street. New jobs, new networks, new people won't just pop up like that. So if you get committed to something, you put in the work, you study, you share factual knowledge about the field of kinesiology, you ask more questions, and you volunteer to do more things, that's when you'll start to see the wins that the program offers you. Alright, so you hear so much about what other people are saying about the program, whether it's positive or negative. It's time for you to make your own judgment and figure it out for yourself. Where do you fit in? Is there something you can contribute? Can you find a sense of importance within the program? I think you can. It's just a matter of you simply making a choice. Again, July 13 is the 3 Wins Fitness Open House, and July 15 will be the event hosted by Michael Seril in his studio in Whittier. All other details will be down below. Alright, if you've watched to the end of this video, I appreciate your time so much. Keep being great at whatever you're doing. Keep ripping off the band-aids and taking chances and ask more questions every single day. You never know what's out there. This is probably another cheesy little spiel that I'm giving, but hopefully it reaches out to some of you. I'm only a FaceTime or an email away. If you wish to communicate with me here in Australia, that is totally okay with me. My email is right here. Give me a shout, whatever you need. I would like to help you out to see where you fit in for the 3 Wins Fitness community. Bye from the land down under.